And welcome back to what will be part 2 of my tier 1 YouTube tutorial for Robocraft. Now this one's running straight off the back of part 1, literally just finished recording it and checked over it, and I realised a weak point I had left in this bot. Now what I'd done across the bottom here is made these sort of like two chassis bar, whatever you want to call them, things that the wheels are attached to, and I'd left these really quite unattached. What I mean by that is that they're there's not a lot of attachment going on. Bit of a massive fault in the design, really. That's why I ended up wheelless at the end of the last video. So what I'm gonna do is just add in 2 connections here. Now when I first started playing this game, I'm just go straight to a battle, start queuing up. When I first started playing this game, I recorded a lot of my battles, deleted loads of them because I ran out of space on my hard drive, so I've only got stuff from like T8 up to still look at. But I was really curious as to how bots got destroyed, what was killing me, and quite often it's where I tried to be really clever with my building techniques, ended up not connecting my cubes together enough. That's when you use like prisms on the interior of your robot, which I do on this one, but hopefully I think I've got the hang of it by now. And yeah, and that's it. You have stuff that it just drops off basically. So if you're looking up, it's known as triforcing. Triforced armor is anything built with a triangle. So you can triforce for weight reduction, armor redirection, armor damage redirection, to build like really small spaced armor, but very advanced stuff. And that works on craft you're trying to make go faster, huge, and weigh a ton, i.e. weight reduction. Or if you want to take more hits from plasma and rails. And down here in tier 1, all you've got is a couple of guys maybe mucking around with rails and plasma, and it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I'm just talking stuff out here. Now one really important key, now I'm going to stress it so many times in this, is the Q key. Now when you don't have a radar, Q is like your best friend. Q spots them on the map. See on the map, bottom right, I can now see them. You can see what type of bot they are as well. X is SMG, circles of plasma, triangles of rail. I can't remember what nano is. I'm playing the demo for so long. I mean, these tutorials for so long. But yeah, what happens down in these lower tiers is because no one's got a map, people just sort of flock to whatever you have basically. There we go. Oh, let's get out of here before me. So yeah, mark them, and you will undoubtedly see down the left hand side there. It turns red if you've missed your mark. Basically, you have to wait 5 seconds before you can mark someone else. But as long as you keep marking people successfully, you can just keep tagging them. So I'm doing not what I advised there, and I'm just holding down the fire button like a freaking noob. So yeah, I think we're going to win this one. This one seems in the bag. Only got 4 guns left. Now SMGs are a pretty common gun type. You're going to have to fight with it to get through the first few tiers. When you're building with it, you want at least 6. 6 maximises your rate of fire. I go with at least 8. So then you've got redundancy. You know, you've got spare parts available as your guns come off. Let's look at this guy's right. So yeah, as you can see, his seat is actually connected to a bottom cube, big no-no, and that bottom cube is connected to a wheel. So if a big burst of damage was to happen, say plasma or rail, hit that wheel that is connected to the block under his pilot seat. Oh, that's handy. You can see it just in the side here. Yeah, then he's dead. He's done. He's out of the game. So avoid doing that at all costs if you feel like building your own robot. Oh. Capping's so boring. I hate capping. I can take this guy down with only 4 guns. Come on, buddy. Oh, I see it. See how we draw a fire. Oh well, I'm sure we'll go through it. So yeah, if you are starting playing this game, I would say go look around the forums. I mean, there's excellent guides on there written by people on absolutely everything. I mean, something may go over your head or you just started playing, but it's always worth having a look, get some information, look at some good builds. I mean, Wheels isn't alright. It's all you've got available to you at the start, Wheels. So you've got to play with it, but it's not the best movement type out there. I mean, the best movement type really is hovers. So I mean, if you're sort of like play to win sort of guy, then hovers is going to be where you're at. They're kind of hard to build with at first. I mean, what you will see a lot of, I mean, there'll probably be one in this starting lineup, is someone who's just slapped hovers on, not really knowing when they pot them. They go to hover somewhere, they hit a bump, and they flip over. That's because you've just slapped hovers on, not knowing where they're going to go. They're much more difficult to build with, but I'll probably get to that around maybe tier 5. I mean, I'll have to research what you unlock. I think hover. No. I'll probably do hover for tier 3 actually, just a little one. Now, whoop, yeah. Let's just rock out. I think this guy is made out of weighted cubes. He's got 4 thrusters and he's going about as fast as I am with none. So he must have a pretty heavy build. Now resist the earth to charge in. SMGs actually get a damage buff, but if you're stationary, you actually get an accuracy buff. You can see my crosshairs getting tighter. So you can use that. If someone's just going to spray bullets at you, and you're going to sit back and tap fire ones into one of this. I mean, this is going to be what's going to get you your kills before you've got the leverage in terms of CPU or better armor or better weapons. So. Yeah, this is. If I was going to play, to make as many points as possible. This is how I do it. And I can't. I do have some serious sort of suicide instincts. I would just go charging in. More often than I should, really. But I can feel like doing it now, but I'm not. I'm going to sit back. Oh, that was good. Cheers, lag screwed me there. Yeah, as with all team games, sticking together in a group is advisable. I mean, fair play, I was lagged out in that last match, but I just sort of like, I don't know, I was with one teammate, he died, and I just sort of sat there and took it in the face. I mean, I'm by no means the perfect player, and I can, you know, I can preach loads on how you should play, and that's probably exactly how I won't end up playing. But these little bits of advice, I'll try and give to people. So yeah, you can see your friends on the map. So, and like I said, if you spot people with Q, people will just flock to them because that's the only thing they can see on the map. But let's go this way. Awesome. That's quite funny. Up until recently, you can you couldn't buy the alignment rectifier, like what is now the alignment rectifier, that little glowy pick you up, put you back down at the right way thing. It used to be this thing that sort of like randomly like pushed you up in the air and flipped you around, gave you a spin and stuff, and you couldn't buy it straight away. So at the beginning of the match, people with stupidly built bots would all just flip over and self-destruct. A lot of them would just sit there, so it was a pretty safe bet. You could just roll into the enemy spawn zone, there'd be a load of bots just sitting there upside down, and you could just get yourself a few free frags. I am See, he was not tap firing that geezer. That kill should have been his. Tap fire and Q. If you take anything away from this video, it is tap fire and Q, because that's what's gonna win you games. It's early on. Where'd he go? See, I should have spotted him. See, tell you to tap fire and Q. What do I do? Neither. Done. 3 kills. So 4 of them. They're probably going to start capping that base. So there we go. I'm going to go back and try and get me another kill. Now, I don't know how much you know about this game yet. The game does have medics in it. They don't get unlocked until around about tier 6, I think, on the tech tree. And yeah, so you might see some maybe in tier 4, but they're not really very good builds. So learn to live without the medics. I mean, there's a real problem in tier 10 at the moment where people sort of like lean on the medics, and there's too many medics anyway. So you end up with like naff medics, like people trying to farm money, people like clubbing around the medics because they've got a naff bot and they're trying to get healed, and yeah, it just results in really stale, long, drawn out gameplay. Oh look, this is a plasma. Some guys decided to come down and seal cover. That's right, I couldn't destroy these two. Okay. He's only got what? He can only have one gun. So we've got down to tier 1 with the plasma because it's a higher tier gun. He's gonna, he can't have very a good bot or one. Yeah, good game, guys. Good game. Excellent. I'm not sure what equates good earnings in this tier, but 385 RP will get you 38 blocks. 38 blocks. I mean, this robot's got 200 blocks, so that's a tenth of a brown robot. You know, that's a lot of brown cubes. Tier 2 SMGs. Where are we? Tier 2 SMG. That'd be 1 tier 2 SMG. So that's it. 1 a game. I mean, come on, 8, 10. You know, like, I mean, that wasn't even a brilliant game. That was an alright game. You can upgrade fairly quickly. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned this whole time actually is in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see bars numbered 1 all the way up to TX1. What this is that is the rank you're currently in. So we're in tier 1. As you can see, I'm sort of like a little over halfway through the bar. As you add better bits to your craft, for example, I'll just put one of these on for argument's sake. Put better bits on your craft, your robot ranking shoots up. So a couple of these, and I would easily be in tier 2. But we don't want to be in tier 2. We want to be in tier 1. So it's tempting to tier up, as it is known, as fast as possible, and that's not your best bet, because what happens is you tier up faster than you're leveling up, then you end up with not enough RP to buy the new parts, and as you get new parts, they cost you more CPU. and that's it. You end up with this really tiny bot with a couple of guns stuck on it, and the higher up the game you get, the more people you'll encounter who have max amounts of CPU, and you just get wailed on by these gigantic bots. I mean, I could probably have all white cubes. I could build something that's maybe 600 cubes big in tier 1, and I'll just smash face, basically. I'll probably only have 2 guns on it, but people have a real tough time killing me. So, well, it's quite a pretty one for a tier 1 we got in front of us. So yeah, in these videos I intend to, every tier, go up 10 levels, which isn't a big ask really. And if you sort of stick to that, you'll probably make enough money to, you know, you'll make enough money to be able to like afford some decent bits before you go into the next tier. What you want to avoid doing, and what I did all the way up probably until tier 7, is just keep adding on one new bit at a time, one new bit at a time, one new bit at a time. Until you just creep into the next tier by a single block, because that way you are really the bottom of the pile. I mean, it's better to be the top of the pile in a lower tier, you know, score more points. I've got to try and ambush this geezer. Score more points. Because yeah, you're gonna make. So scoring more points in the lower tier will always earn you more RP than doing nothing in a higher tier. I mean, even if you went into tier 10, if you don't do any damage to anyone, I mean, if I do any damage and you destroy a single block, which you probably won't, you're not going to make any money. You wasted your time. You know, you've got on the nerves of a lot of players. So yeah, so if you watch that little bar in the bottom left there, that was an excellent game, I if you watch that bar in the bottom left there, the second you get to just before tier 1, just before tier 2, the end of tier 1, if you watch yourself creep into tier 2, stop. Take off a couple of blocks, leave it there. Play until you've got 10, I'm going to say 10 levels, yeah, so wait until you're level 10. Save your money, then go back, you know, unlock stuff in the tech tree still, but go back, then try and get as far into tier 2 as you want. I mean, I've started experimenting with the upgraded version of this bot for the next video. Here we go. There you go. So it's almost exactly the same spot. Pretty much exactly the same. Where are we? Yeah, I mean, it's missing the England flag, but I mean that's essential. You know, I'm not gonna record it until it's got one of those on there. But yeah, it's essentially the same bot. All I've done is I've got 110 more CPU. I've changed everything that was on there to stuff you can buy from tier 1. So we've got tier 2 SMGs, tier 1 armour. I've upgraded the wheels, put a couple of thrusters on there, and just added a couple more blocks to make up the last of the CPU. I mean, that is it, and that has taken me, if you can see in the bottom left, halfway into tier 2. So this is a nice, comfy bot that you can find in tier 2. So there you have it. I'm going to leave it there, stop recording. I'll see this little brown bad boy in action, then tune into the next video. Cheers guys, bye.